You guys know these demo tapes don't just edit themselves together, right?
Well, all right.
3 cheers for Stephen Phillips.
Y'all need to help Stephen Phillips out over there. Out the door and off the radio.
Here's Stephen Phillips.
All righty, folks, we're back with you. Hope everybody's doing good. We got Colin Peterick coming in today. I'm excited about getting to interview him. He has got a daddy that had a band back in the day, a small band called Survivor. But anyway, his son is still carrying on, so we get him on here. The dog man is running late. I reckon his power was off.
I look like Ed, don't I?
You look good, baby.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here, man. I'm going to tell you, I hate to jump in on that, but I listened to that interview this morning, and a little bit confused. This school situation they're talking about, and this in North Carolina has nothing to do with me, but they're talking about consolidating the school system. Am I picking that up right?
Yeah. Yeah, and they're beyond talking about it. They're proceeding.
And some people are against this. But now, speaking from a school bus driver that goes to Towns County Comprehensive School, which we have elementary, we've got middle school, and high school all in one location.
Yep.
And the cool thing about that is, and a lot of people that move into the area are very enthused about this because they take their kids to one location. So if you've got 3 kids and one in middle school, one in elementary, and one in high, you've got to run all over the county if you're going to deliver your kids to school. Not to mention saving the money on school bus transportation, because instead of having a group of buses at all the different schools, and you might have 2 kids on one bus at elementary, but they're all in one location. So you load all the kids up on one bus and deliver the kids. There's a huge advantage to having a comprehensive or a central school. I mean,
absolutely.
I don't see how you could possibly be against this.
Well, the other thing you need to look at, if you're talking about a financial standpoint, look at the amount of dollars that are being poured into the 3 existing schools now just to maintain them, because those schools are 40, 50 years
right.
old.
Mm-hmm.
That's money down the drain as far as I'm concerned.
I'm with you, but I'm like you. I just see the advantages to have this, and I know some people might have to drive a mile or 2 more, but in reality, if you've got 3 or 4 kids, you really don't. You're probably driving less because you're going to one location, dropping off all your kids. And then, coming in and I know Cal is against the airport, and he says he's not, but, from what I can pick up, he is. And then sit there and say that they're doing a good job up there. The airport's going good. I go up there a lot myself. An airport is a very valuable thing for a county to have, especially when you got people that's flying in, building houses, bringing in businesses, and a place to location. It means a lot.
Well, I understand what he's saying. The airport is in a lot better financial shape, and a lot of other aspects better because of Galen Trull taking over the operations of the fixed base operator.
Right.
He should be rewarded. I mean, the county was really losing money. Are they still losing money? Yeah, but it's not as much.
Right, but the gain that you get from having an airport in your county
absolutely
outweighs that. And I'm speaking because I know a little bit about this because my brother actually he is the guy that runs the airport in Franklin, North Carolina.
Yeah.
And I know how hard it is to make an airport work, but I do know the value of having one in your county. I mean, it's just something. But one of the things that, and I'm not politicking for anybody, but, I hate when you hear politicians say, I. That just bugs me. It's not I or me. It's for the good of the county.
Yeah.
And some things that you don't want are for the good of the county. You have to kind of go with it for the good of the county.
You can be against it up until the time that it passes.
Right.
Okay? Once it passes, let it go. Move on.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
That's where I'm at, and it's a difficult situation. I think our form of government is a representative republic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
mm-hmm.
That means you represent the people that elected you.
Right.
This idea that let the people vote, that's a purebred democracy.
Well, no,
that's not what we are.
But let me ask you this question: as being an elected official, I did this a lot when I was on the board of directors at the EMC. I talked to people. They called me. They talked to me. I knew what they wanted.
Yeah.
I mean, I did. I knew what they wanted.
Yeah. Here's the problem with that. The meeting the other night, or last week, I guess it was, the town hall meeting,
right.
There were 40 people there. They were opposed to the unified school in general.
Right.
Okay. There are 28,000 people in Cherokee County.
Right.
Is 40 representative of what the people want?
Well, I think all the people that's, as far as the commissioners over there, talk to their people on the street, and I'd say there's a whole lot more than 40. I know that would be, but I do see the advantage to that, and I don't know. Like I said, I just hate to hear but anyway, we got election coming up and see what goes on with that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to jump into a break, folks, and today, what is today, Wednesday?
The weekend is getting closer, and a trip to Bell Mountain or the lake is always a possibility. Make sure your truck is accessorized by Rose Auto in Blairsville. Bed liners, LED lights, and more. You want to be a pickup man? Do it with Rose Auto in Blairsville. The only way to go.
All righty, folks, we're back with you. We're still waiting on Mr. Ed, I reckon.
Just get here when you can. Ed.
Yeah, I reckon they said the power's off in most of the county, in Union County and some of Cherokee County over there, and they're trying to work getting it back on. Somebody didn't pay the power bill. Dadgummit. That's what happened. They want you to know. That's what they need to say instead. Oh, we're having issues. And you say, hey, we didn't pay our power bill, so they turned their power off.
The main light right there in Blairsville is it was out when I came through.
So did you slow down or just run right through
I
it?
just went right
I'm
through it.
lucky, man. So if the light's out and you just go right through
Officer
it.
started shooting at me.
Can they do? They write you a ticket for running red light when it's not working?
No, but I lost power about 7:15 or something like that.
Right.
Went out.
But you're used to that, though, because you
I don't pay on power
bill. So,
What you talking about? My wife pays the power bill.
I know one thing, all them electric cars over there, I bet they're having a time getting them charged up. They actually come out with a study that right now, unless you can charge your car at home, that it costs you more money to charge an electric car than it does to fuel a gasoline-powered car.
And plus, I was seeing the other day that if everybody, like, theoretically had an electric car,
Right.
and everybody, when they got home at the same time every single day, and everybody went in there and charged their car, it would wreck the power grid.
I can believe it. Yeah, I can believe it. And that being said, there's actually a electric car that is fixing to be set out onto the market, looks like, that I would love to have, but I would be embarrassed to drive it. So I would let my wife drive, and I'd just sit there with it. Because Volkswagen Microbus is reborn, but it's going to be an electric minivan. Now, this is cool, y'all. Do y'all remember the hippie vans? You know what I'm talking about,
You know how
Packy?
much those cost now if you go find one they're outrageously expensive to find one that's
Honestly.
in good shape. I'd like to have one of those old ones and fix it up and all that.
And you always knew that if somebody showed up in a microbus that there's going to be marijuana at the party. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it's one of them things. Is that what they call
You
it?
don't know anything about that or anything, but
What do they call that? Like cops when they see somebody that looks like they're in going to cause
stereotyping.
Yeah, I'm stereotyping. I'm sorry, but if you're driving one of them,
It's like those cars, like we always like the big Mercuries and
Yeah.
Lincolns and all that kind of stuff. You can have two different kinds of people who drive those cars. You can have old people,
Right.
the people who drive
me and you.
driving the things, and we're not going to get pulled over. But you can get one of those cars, like a Grand Marquis or a Lincoln or something, and you can tint the windows out.
Yeah.
Put the rims on there. You're not an old person anymore. You're a drug dealer.
I
So
know,
there's
man.
wannabe cop, there's old man, old lady,
Right.
and then there's drug dealer. So
Yeah. But I'm just telling you, this is cool. This little Volkswagen is going to be cool, but I just hate that it's electric. I'd love to have one of these little fellers. But that's the thing about it, the microbus. I think top speeds on them things are 45 mile an hour. That's going down a 90-degree hill in neutral.
Well, the little bugs were the same way, weren't they? They weren't.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. I don't know, but you're talking about that. That is so funny that you're talking about how you stereotype or whatever you do, they call it. They actually got a thing out, cars not to drive in the city because you could actually be shot. And a lot of them are the Lincolns because a lot of the drug dealers, a lot of the gangs drive certain Lincolns. I've got that Impala SS that I love to death, and they say that's one of the biggest cars that the drug dealers drive in the city.
wow. Look who decided to show up.
And he has got you're wearing sunglasses
I had 'em on.
inside. Are you kidding me?
Hey, I would have been here sooner, except Blairsville had the street shut down for some guy who ran through a light that wasn't working and headed towards Young Harris. Something about gunshots fired.
He called me this morning and says, my power's out. I'm not coming. I'm like,
That's not what I said. I was not at my house.
You're awake. Your power's out.
No, what happened was the power went out, and I looked over, and there were no lights on any of the neighbors. And so I went down to the gas station because I had no cell phone service.
Excuses.
No, that's what really kind of blew my mind. It was one thing to have power goes out all the time, but
No, you had to let your hair air dry. Your
Yeah.
blow dryer was
well,
wouldn't work.
yeah, there were a lot of things to take into consideration.
I mean, it's just hard to find good help.
hey, I'm here. You should be happy I'm here.
That's what's the problem with these people nowadays, these younger generations. Just because they show up at 12 o'clock when they're supposed to be at their 8. You should be glad that I'm here.
Well, like, I'm here.
Yeah.
Hey, I listened to a little bit of the Pat and Harry show, and all I want to know is whoever that guy was they had on this morning, I think that was great. He wants the guy to pay for the gas, but he wants to get 10 cents on each one, but he doesn't want to pay for it.
Welcome to big government.
I'm going to tell you what, if that's that government, I don't know what is.
Well, speaking of gas prices, though, because there was a thing about Brian Kemp. There was maybe a thing where he was going to waive some of the, and that's a good point, though.
Wait,
gas
okay, tell it. Well, they know
tax.
they're talking about getting rid of the gas tax during this.
How much does the government tax the gas? So
About
it's-
$1.80 a gallon.
Is it about $1.80?
Is it that much? No kidding.
Yeah, when you get up to about $4.50, it's about $1.80 of that is taxes.
But they talk about the middle class. They
So
talk
is this Putin or is this who's being
this is-
sanctioned here?
I don't think we'll ever see it. I don't think we'll ever feel it at the pump. I really don't. But my biggest thing is, and they always talk about the middle class. We need to help the middle class. And what does the middle class do more than anything? They drive, they smoke cigarettes, and they drink beer. And what's got the highest taxes of anything out there? Gas, beer, and cigarettes.
Sure. You attack the middleman and he'll, or the middle income earner, because that's the majority of people.
Yeah.
And that's where you get your money from.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm with you on this, that guy that's running. He's been in there 9 years. I don't know. I just hate to hear, But what are you going to do?
No, you're right. I heard you, and you're absolutely right about that. Whenever I hear politicians talk about, the other thing that drives you crazy is when the media refers to them as leaders. They're not leaders. They are our representatives. They're supposed to represent the voters, the people. They are not leaders. Most of them couldn't lead their way out of a wet paper bag, and yet we want to call them leaders. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm with you. Hey, man, we're supposed to have his – is he on Colin yet?
Still not on?
I seen him a text, get out of the bed. He's up in Chicago. He's really – man, he's got some good stuff while we're sitting there waiting on him. Y'all can go to let's see, what is his website? Colin – let's see here. I've got it right here. Colin –
Peterick.com.
Yeah, ColinPeterick.com, and his dad is actually the founder of the group Survivor. So, and he has got some awesome stuff. So we'll go ahead and promote him a little bit while we're doing that. We'll wait for him to come in. Hey, listen, for all you folks that's out there watching this on YouTube, we on Stephen Phillips with the Morning Dish on YouTube. We're live streaming this as we go. You can comment and all that good stuff. If y'all will notice, me and Ed's got big old heads on us, and Packy's got this little bitty like little melon head, little cute little melon head. And I always wondered how come. And it says drinking may shrink the brain, even if in moderate amounts. So that's why your head is so small, Packy.
It's like a full-on attack, man.
Well,
what did I do to deserve this?
You got this little head. See, me and him's got big heads. And you just got this little head. And that's what they say. Drinking will shrink the brain.
Well, I believe it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can prove it right here.
I'm living proof of it, man.
Man, they're all about drinking, but they come up with stuff. That's like science. I don't believe them, man. One day they come out and they say, don't drink. Then they come back out and they say, well, drink in moderation. And Packy's like, well, now is a case of beer a day, moderation?
Yeah, define moderation.
What is moderation?
Is it compared to what I used to drink? Or
Jeez.
like...
And then we got 2 liquor stores coming to Hiawassee, so there's a lot of.
Hey, back to your guy, Colin Peterick, though.
Yeah.
Jim Peterick was his dad, and like you said, he founded Survivor, but he also founded another band, too, the Ides of March.
Yeah.
In the song
Friendly
Vehicle.
stranger in a black sedan will step
Yeah.
inside my
He was one
car.
of the founding members of that
Yeah.
band, too.
And
I never knew that.
I didn't know it either. You know what?
I'm not going to be like one of those people who do trivia. You go to trivia and the guy's up there reading the questions as if he knew all the answers before the game.
Yeah.
Like,
But now
I came up with these questions.
But here's one of the things. It's like we're gonna get him on. Hopefully he'll be signing in. We talked to him last night, but you got these kids that their parents was in music, and then they expect them to be in music and do the same as their dad. They're not. They're always different. They got their own style and their own style of music. And he has got this song that I love. It's called "Smile." It is a beautiful song, but he has got the he's got the horns and the whole 9 yards going on with that. But yeah, I'm really excited to have him on, and I like to see these young kids carry on with music, and they're raised in it. But it's kind of like Baptist preachers, the Baptist preachers, and then their dads are Baptist preachers, and their sons are, and it just keeps going right on by. But I don't know. I keep saying that. Why am I doing that?
I don't know, Stephen. Maybe
too.
your brain is shrinking. I don't know.
Does coffee give that out? Are you sure it's $1 and something cents on gas tax?
Yeah, it's really high. It's I'm not sure where I heard that from, but I want to say that I heard it from one of the state politicians that was talking about it.
I don't.
It's ridiculously high because you have the state tax, then you have the sales tax, and then you have the federal income tax, and then you have all these other fees that are attached to it,
Right.
transportation fees and all of that. It's not just one tax; it's all the taxes combined.
Right. I don't know. I don't. I wouldn't mind paying the taxes if I didn't know where the money was going. But that's my problem.
Am I the only one who gets upset about the fact that our government takes our tax money? And I'm like you, Stephen. If they're using it for purposes that it was genuinely supposed to be for, I'm okay with that. But when I see that we're sending money to countries who hate our guts, we're sending them money. That's our tax money going to them. We didn't vote for that. We didn't agree to that. We agreed that in the Constitution the government could do 17 things. They're doing all these other things that have no benefit for us as U.S. citizens.
Right.
And that's what I get upset about taxes. Didn't we break away because of taxation without representation?
We get a lot of that.
Good Lord.
But
you know what?
Better holler at somebody knows you.
But you know what? Here's the thing that I really find quite interesting too.
Right.
I was watching TV, and I'm listening to people talk. They do the man on the street type of things. Jesse Water does the man on the street interviews. And how many people are just willing to just say, oh, yeah, taxes, our gas may go up. No big deal. And then you find out later, 90% of the people he interviewed in New York don't even have cars.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they don't care.
I reckon they
Gas
got
money
a
goes up.
new Western coming out called Power of the Dog. Have y'all heard of this, Power of the Dog?
Isn't that the gay one?
That's what, man, I'm telling you, son.
I'm with Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott went off on this. He
Yeah.
absolutely said these people, the lady that shot the movie is fantastic. She does a great job. Knows nothing about
She's from Australia.
Australia, they shot it down there too. Austria, ain't it? Austria?
I thought she was from Australia.
Maybe
I may
it
have read
is.
it quickly.
And man, he's like, these guys are going around with their shirts off and their 6-pack abs and all this stuff. And I'm not going to say exactly what he said, but he's like, man, this is BS. I can say BS, can I?
Don't pretend you haven't watched it 6 times, Steven.
That was black. That was back. That was what was that? Breakback Mountain or something.
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
what was that, Ed? You can't remember it.
I
really think of the name.
You know
what
what?
was that? Broke back. I can't remember the name.
I'll tell you what. I
don't have
wouldn't
it on
waste my
DVD.
time. I wouldn't waste my time on that. Not at all.
I don't know, man. I like, I drive a bus and I like to see boys be boys. They need to get out and roughhouse and be men, grow up and be strong men. I'm for that.
Did you hear about the problem they're having in San Francisco? They're now, with all the drive-by, with all the drive-bys and stuff that you're hearing. Just last week, they had 22 drive-by spankings. Come on, Packy. That was better than the joke of the day. You have to admit.
I didn't get it, man.
22 drive-by spankings.
I know. When you have to explain the punchline.
That was a pity laugh.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
When you have to explain the punchline, there's a problem.
That's a guy who's never been to San Francisco.
Everybody wants to be a cowboy now since they had Yellowstone, and I actually got to hang out with who was it I hung out with? Somebody pretty famous last night. Hold on a minute.
Just can't remember who it was.
Yeah, let me get the name here. I got it here somewhere. Little James. I got to hang out with Little James last time for about 2 hours. You know who Little James is?
I don't.
Well, if you read your Bible, you'll see there's a guy in there called Little James that hung out with Jesus. And I got to hang out with him last night on Zoom, man. It's pretty cool. Zoom, it's amazing who you can talk to.
All right, and he didn't understand my joke about drive-by spankings.
No.
I'll tell you what.
This guy he's Little James in Chosen. Have y'all seen Chosen?
Chosen. That's
yeah. Anyway, Little James, he was Little James on Chosen, and super nice guy. But got to hang out with him, so I'm telling everybody I got to hang out with Little James because it's not always you get to hang out with somebody as famous as somebody hang out with Jesus. We got some people think they're Jesus, but hey, that's a cool movie. I mean, I guess it's a series. There's two seasons out right now, and the third one is coming out. He said.
Isn't it funny because that one's getting a lot of press and a lot of
It's
people
a good
are watching it.
Right.
And who's the guy that used to be Samson, who does a lot of spiritual type films?
Oh, I don't know.
I can't remember his name now. But anyway, he was talking the other night about how people really want this stuff. They're going to the movie theaters. They want to be uplifted. They're tired of the violence. They're tired of all this nonsense that's going on. They want to go to a movie they can go to as a family.
Well, it's like It's Getting Grace, man. It's a cool movie, and
Yeah.
it's inspirational movie. But I'm with you, man. There's so much crap on on TV now, you start watching it for 5 minutes and it's like, okay, we're gonna turn this off, and then you start watching it for 2 minutes and there's just nothing out there. And every now and I end up going back to the movies that I grew up on and watching them again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep. I'm with you.
Like the Rockford Files. I love the Rockford Files and all that kind of stuff.
That was good TV.
I was talking to him last night about, the movie, and I said I hate watching movies that everybody is pretty. All these series that everybody's pretty. They got their hair combed like you got yours, just all perfect, and their teeth are straight. And I like to see movies that's just got normal, everyday, average people. You know what I'm saying?
If you were stuck on an island, okay, and you only had one form of entertainment, and you had TV, and you had one show, what would your show be? You had to watch that for the rest of your life.
One show.
Fox News, it's got it all.
Probably, I don't know, White Lightning. I love that movie with Burt Reynolds back in 1972.
I almost said Smokey and the Bandit. That was kind of the same.
Andy Griffith's show, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about a show, not a movie. That'd be Rockford Files all the way, man.
Really?
Yeah, I love Rockford Files.
I don't know. Don Knotts, you'd want to laugh a lot if you were by yourself, and Don Knotts, just looking at him makes you laugh.
Yeah.
He was just one of those guys
I
that had
don't
it.
know. I don't
Maybe some of the Ernest P. Worrell movies. Those would be good.
Yeah. Oh, what's that, Ernest?
Nicolas Cage movies.
Oh, there you go.
That was coming.
That would be the movie you want to watch when you're dying, because it just seemed like it'd take you forever. You know what I'm saying? Be like, boy, this is just long. We got to get to break. Hopefully, I've texted him twice.
I think your guest actually found out what show he's going to be on.
Maybe that's what it is.
Come on here.
Maybe his power went out too.
I sent him a text. It'd be 7:30 his time, 8:30 mine. That's right. 'Cause he's in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
So that'll be 7:30. So I'm right on that. Anyway, we're gonna get to a break
Auto today, right? Rose Auto is our sponsor.
Hey, fellas, you're dreaming of trailer hitches, bed covers, LED light bars, and bulbs. Not a bad gift for the missus, right? Get them at Rose Auto in Blairsville on the Murphy Highway. Rose Auto specializes in customizing your vehicle.
Man, I tell you what, I love that tune right there. Every time that brings us in, I just want to sit there and listen to that. That is just a cool tune, no doubt about it. Hey, we got ahead of ourselves because we had Pat Malone on here, and we were talking about all the politics going on over yonder with the stuff in Cherokee County. And we forgot to mention today is Chuck Norris, man. Chuck Norris, 82 years old
my man.
today. He's the guy, man. They actually named a bridge after him. They had to change the name because everybody's afraid to cross it. Nobody crossed that bridge because it had Chuck Norris wrote on it.
I love those books.
How many Chuck Norris jokes are there? And talking about jokes, don't forget, folks, we have got tickets to go see Getting Grace at the Blue Ridge Cinema, and it's going to be the debut of it, a re-release. They redone it, re-upped it, and they got 3 locations they're releasing it at, 2 in Ohio and 1 we're lucky enough to get here in our neck of the woods, and we have got tickets. So when we get to the joke of the day, if you'll call in for that, but not yet. But anyway, happy.
Do you know Death once had a near Chuck Norris experience?
No kidding, man.
The boogeyman checks under the bed and in the closet before he goes to bed for Chuck Norris.
Oh no, man, he is. And the Earl of Wiskin.
When Chuck Norris left for college, he told his father, "You're the man of the house now."
You gotta love it, man. Chuck Norris, 82 years old today. I don't know any of the rest of them other than the Prince of Whiskey or something, Westlake. I don't know. All them English countries over there, they can't even speak clear English. That just frustrates me. And
Are we done with Chuck Norris jokes? Or
no, you go with it, man.
Chuck
You
Norris
joke.
once killed 2 stones with 1 bird.
You need to practice some of these for the joke of the day. These are so
I'll
much
save 'em
better.
up.
Yeah, at least you got us laughing with the Chuck Norris jokes.
Yeah, golly, folks.
Hey, back in 2009, Stephen Hawkins, you remember Stephen Hawkins,
Yeah.
the guy had all the, figured out the whole world,
You know
held
what?
a party open to all, complete with hors d'oeuvres and iced champagne, but only publicized it after the party was over so that only time travelers would know to attend. As expected, nobody showed up to the party.
Now,
So much for time travel.
he actually, for years and years and years, he didn't believe in God at all, but I think he does now.
I wonder what that meeting was like.
Yeah, he didn't believe it all, but now he does. Well, they say there's 2 kinds of people that believe in God, Christians and dead atheists. So there you go. That's what you got on
Well,
that.
speaking along the same lines that the WNBA basketball player who's being held in Russia, the one that wouldn't stand for the national anthem. And all she had was bad things to say about the United States. I wonder how she's liking it over there in the old USSR.
I'm going to tell y'all folks now, this thing with Ukraine really bothers me, and I hope it does everybody else, but they actually bombed a hospital and a school. Now, they did this on purpose, and you can see that. That's the thing about it. All this stuff that's coming out on social media, you can see because people are uploading it to their personal accounts.
But did you hear what they said? They said they bombed it because the soldiers moved all the women and children out of it, and they were hiding in the hospital, and that's why they bombed it.
They knew better than that.
Absolutely.
And this is just, to see these people coming out, and I just, when you see these kids, you think of your own kids and your grandkids, and I just cannot imagine. Just like this one guy was actually fighting to help Ukraine, and he thought his family was out, and he's seen a picture on social media of his wife and his son laying there on the sidewalk dead, and that's the way he found out that his family was passed away or been killed in the bombing. This is just, I don't understand. This is war crimes. They keep saying war crimes, but yet it seems like we're scared of Putin, and I can't comprehend why.
So China has now accused the United States of having bioweapons labs in Ukraine. And this is his quote: according to reports, a large quantity of dangerous viruses are stored in these facilities. And he says the U.S. in particular as a party that knows the labs the best should disclose specific information.
But now here's the thing about that. I think they're gearing up for a, what is it? Bio.
Right. This is according to Zhao Lian. I think that's how you say it. He says, according to data released by the U.S., it has 26 biolabs and other related facilities. Not that we believe anything China says.
No, but our own State Department came out and said, yes, we do. They were on TV last night when Cruz asked specifically, do we have any biolab? Does Ukraine have any bioweapons? And they had to admit, well, we have bio research labs there.
I am not
after
a fan
denying
of Putin.
it.
I'm not advocating for killing the women and children in Ukraine. I think that's horrible. But if there are bioweapons labs there, my point is, though, there's a lot of stuff that our government doesn't tell us.
Absolutely.
There may be things that we don't know about what's going on.
You've got to be responsible with this stuff.
You do, absolutely.
And if they've got, this is my theory, and you're dealing with a bully. So if he's got a gun, I want a bigger gun. Does that make sense? So
that's an arms race, and that's nuclear war. If a lot of people are saying, well, let's just go over there and blow them up. They're just going to start shooting. You start shooting nukes, and we start shooting nukes, and everybody's dead.
He is stressed to the max right now, the way I understand, as far as the war's going on. He cannot handle it anymore. He can't handle anymore, and the only thing that left is the nuclear. And I don't believe, and I might be wrong, and I've been wrong before, but I think if you were the guy in charge of the button, and you're like, I'm fixing to pull the button, and I'm sitting over here and I'm thinking about, wait a minute, I've got a wife, I got a kid. I don't think I'd let you do it.
That actually happened. There's a guy that he doesn't get as much credit as he deserves, and I believe he was a Russian guy who he was told to shoot off a missile and didn't do it.
Yeah.
That has happened. But you're just relying on the hope of a Russian soldier at that point.
I think we're seeing something, though. You're seeing the Russian people are going in. Putin's circle that he is in is very, very small right now. They say, I agree with Stephen, that he's super stressed. He's not crazy. He's crazy like a fox, maybe. But this is a man who's extremely dangerous. And we have the weakest president we've ever had. We have the weakest. We sent Kamala Harris to Poland.
Well, that would freak me out.
You
I'll
know
be
what?
honest with you. I would be like, wait a minute.
I'd rather get a bunch of den mothers from the local Cub Scouts and send them because they probably have more knowledge.
Don't mess with Cub Scout moms.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't mess with soccer moms. You get your butt kicked, man.
That's right.
But the thing about it is why would we believe anything? We haven't trusted the media in years, and why would we believe anything that we see? And a lot of people say, well, look at social media. But what has social media been doing? It's been saying we can't say what we want to say.
But you know what's interesting? They take it off. That's how I judge it. You see what goes on, and then all of a sudden it's taken off. People in the Ukraine
but they only take
shoot
off
it.
What doesn't fit a narrative.
Right. But it's
how
too
do you
late
know
because
what
it's
to
already
trust?
out there.
Can I ask you a question, though, Ed? What do you got against soccer moms?
No. That's what I was. That's what I was saying. You don't want. You send a bunch of angry moms over there. Putin will be scared.
He hates cops and he hates soccer moms. I mean, come on, man.
You always. Are you a Democrat? Because you are a lot like you're just always
flustered.
Yeah,
you always change things around.
You've been called out. We know.
I
that.
love soccer moms.
Oh, I hope your
Especially
wife's
when they're
listening.
putting lipstick on
I hope
pigs.
your wife's listening. What?
Don't you remember Sarah? Don't you remember Sarah Palin? If you put lipstick on a pig, it's still a pig.
I'm so glad that Packy's doing the jokes of the day and not you, man. I guarantee it. Hey, this Bob Saget thing's kind of getting a little bit more involved, man. What's
Wish
going
they'd
on with
just let the man.
Well,
That's
they're
just
saying that actually, it's looking like somebody might have hit him in the head.
Now he fell and hit his head. You know
You
what?
don't know that.
Leave him alone. They did an investigation. He was sick. He got up. He fell. He hit his head.
The autopsy
and he
said that he never sees the guy who did the autopsy said that you only see situations like this with blunt object in the back of a head, and his quote was, "I don't know, like a baseball bat."
Yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah, I think. You know what? I think there comes a time especially with Hollywood, especially people that we like, or the majority of people like, they always want to find some kind of dirt, something that nefarious went on when it was just an awful thing, and just let his family have peace.
Yeah, that's like one of these days when you start running for office, they'll dig up this interview where you're talking about hating soccer moms, and they'll just ruin your career. So, right?
Me running for political office is slim and none.
Yeah.
So we've got Jim Kirk waiting in the wings to be on the joke of the day.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, man. Let's go ahead and get to a short break, and when we come back, we will do the world. Well, not so world famous, but close, getting there. Joke of the day by Packy's Joke of the Day.
The weekend is getting closer, and a trip to Bell Mountain or the lake is always a possibility. Make sure your truck is accessorized by Rose Auto in Blairsville. Bed liners, LED lights, and more. You want to be a pickup man? Do it with Rose Auto in Blairsville. The only way to go.
All righty, folks, we're back with you. Hope everybody's doing good out there. Don't forget, you can go to Stephen Phillips of the Morning Dish, and you can watch us live on YouTube. Please subscribe. We're at over 500 now. We're needing 500 more. I know they according to the studies, there's like 25 or 30,000 people listening to us every morning, and all we're asking is 500 people to
stretching that one.
What? What?
Stretching that one.
Hang him up.
Steven,
Hang
you're
up.
Stretching that number.
What a little less. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm
ready for Packy. Lay it on me.
I'm trying to get Packy to hang up on you now. We're trying to get...
No, be nice.
Hey, the fact that he called up before Packy even got the joke of the day on the air, let the guy stay.
Yeah.
It's a really special day for you, Kirk.
Thank you, Packy.
It's Chuck Norris Day.
Oh!
In the eyes of a ranger.
The unsuspecting stranger.
All right, we got Chuck Norris jokes for you today to choose from, Jim Kirk.
All right.
You have Chuck Norris's diary. You have Chuck Norris at a feminist rally, and Chuck Norris exercising. What's it going to be, Jim?
I got to go with the feminist rally.
Hey, Jim, did you know Chuck Norris once attended a feminist rally?
Wow.
And he came back with his shirt ironed.
That's a good one.
Packy's going to be getting some hate mail on that one.
Oh, yes, that's right on.
Are you
Be careful, Jim. Don't get in
Jim,
trouble
are you
now.
a feminist?
No, I'm not feminist.
Do you hate soccer moms? I don't know. Ed hates soccer moms.
I don't hate anybody.
No.
You're like me. You're an equal opportunity hater.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, yeah, if you want to go that way.
What are you doing this morning anyway? You working or laying in the bed or what?
No, I'm retired, sitting on my back porch, trying not to freeze, and that's about it.
Well, that's a good thing to be
Where'd you
doing.
retire from?
I'm a machinist.
From where?
Ohio.
Oh, okay.
Can't you tell?
Yeah,
You have that
accent?
Southern Ohio voice accent going on.
No, it's not Southern at all. Toledo,
Southern
Ohio
Ohio.
is no way Southern.
There you go. Man, hey, listen, we got tickets to see the Getting Grace, and we also got T-shirts and bumper stickers and pins and hats. No, we got no hats. We got hats, Packy?
Yeah, we got some hats.
No, I take a hat, definitely. Packy, you got a hat?
We got some hats here. Swing by, I'll get you one.
All right, sounds
Gently
good.
used.
I have a trivia question for Kurt, though. Tell
go
me
ahead.
two famous characters that come from Toledo, Ohio.
Well, Jamie Farr, one.
Okay.
And number two famous.
You want a hint?
the
Danny
woman
Thomas.
Feminist. We're talking about feminist. What's her name? Very famous feminist.
Oh, yeah. We know her.
No, you don't.
Yeah, we like to follow feminists.
All right, I'm gonna give you a hint. Danny Thomas.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh
her.
yeah, Danny Thomas.
That's
yes,
her.
absolutely. The children's hospitals. But
Well,
I still can't think.
Uncle Tanous from the Danny Thomas show. Remember Uncle Tanous? He was from Toledo, Ohio.
So was Danny Thomas.
Yes.
All right, man, go back to bed.
You have a good day,
No,
sir.
I'm not going back to that. I got too much to do.
There you go.
You have a good day,
See you,
sir.
Jim.
Thank you for calling
All
in.
right, thank you, fellas.
Hey, folks, he took the hat instead of the tickets. So if y'all interested in going to see Getting Grace, opens up the 11th over at the Blue Ridge Cinema. Give us a call, 706-379-9770. We have got tickets for that. And also we've got comments on the YouTube channel. I think we're going to read a few of them. But anyway,
We've got Joey Culver. We can't take care of our own borders, but we can send you-know-who to sort out the problems in another country? Question mark.
you know who?
That I think he means Kamala.
Oh,
And we got Ronnie Maxwell says to send a bunch of Karens over to Russia. to
There you go.
attack Putin. There you go.
There you go. That'll work.
Ask to speak to the manager.
see it. But anyway, no kidding, folks. Give us a call. We got tickets over here to go see Getting Grace. It's a great movie, and y'all going to enjoy it. And it's 706-379-9770. We didn't get the young man on today. Hopefully, we'll see what's going on with that, and we'll have him back tomorrow. I'm actually going to be out tomorrow. We got Steve Thompson coming in, and
You gonna be here, Ed?
Yeah, I'll be here.
you think you'll be here on time?
Yeah. Hey, the guy's name I was trying to think of before who played Samson, Kevin Sorbo, the guy who does a lot of the more faith-filled type motion pictures now.
I'm glad you told us that because we were really worried. That
Yeah,
you
I
would
was-
think of
Well,
it.
you know, it was bothering me, and I was going to wait until about 3 a.m. and then call you and go, hey, I got the guy's name.
Well, at 3 a.m., you don't even get up till 9 because you
Yeah,
can't even get
right.
here on time.
You know what? I'm up at the crack of dawn normally when the alarm goes off.
I'm up at 4. I'm actually one that goes out there and sets the crack off. No kidding.
You're like Chuck Norris.
I'm like Chuck Norris. Yeah.
When Chuck Norris does push-ups, he pushes the earth down.
Yeah, I felt it. You got to love Chuck Norris, though. Really, honestly.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
awesome, man.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And
What
he's
about the-
also former Air Force. I might bring that up.
Hey, Conrad Janis. I hope I'm saying that name. I always mix it up. But anyway, he's the Mork and Mindy co-star. He was the co-star. He's passed away at 94. That's a good round
Wow.
age. 94. Yep. And probably died of old age. We need to figure out how to get this. No, everybody's worried about all this other stuff. Nobody even considers figuring out what the heck old age kills you. We need to get around that somehow.
It's watching too many young people.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, drives you crazy and your brain snaps.
Yeah. You don't like kids either, do you?
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm strictly a dog guy.
There you
I
go.
like dogs and beautiful women, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and you hang out with dogs more than you do the pretty women. I can tell you that right now. I think we got somebody on the phone with us that's going to win some tickets. We got somebody, Packy? Well, we got.
Hang on for a minute. It might be Packy's bookie because he's taking a pen out writing numbers down.
There you go. That'll always work. Folks, we appreciate y'all tuning in. No doubt. We have a lot of fun. And please go subscribe to our channel. We're trying to build this thing up where we can do all that good stuff. What we got?
That was Kim Seekman. She said she met Chuck Norris one time, got his autograph.
Really?
At a kickboxing tournament.
Yep.
I didn't know Kim Seekman was a kickboxer.
Really? Why didn't you put her on? We ask her a question.
She's busy.
Oh, yeah. She's so,
She actually has a job. She actually has a
signs,
business.
man. She
Yeah,
does
she has a
sign makers.
business.
Yeah. We need some signs. I need some more signs over here.
Talk to Kim.
Yep. That'd be
What's
good.
your sign?
Mine? Peace sign. I like the peace sign. Or the half a peace sign. That's the one I normally get. What do you mean, what's your sign? What is that? Here's your sign. I know what that is.
That's what I was thinking. That song.
Here's your sign. What is
Jeff
that?
Foxworthy.
What does that mean? I mean, do you
You
meditate?
know, yeah, I do meditate, but aren't you?
Grab that back.
Are you into astrological signs?
I ain't into science, period.
Signs. You know, Virgo,
Oh,
Sagittarius, Aquarius.
yeah. What are you?
I'm a Virgo.
Are you really?
The sign of the Virgin. That's just funny in itself.
Margaret Ziccavoli. I think I said that right. She wants some tickets to go see Getting Grace.
There you are, girl. We're glad you called in. How are you this morning?
Oh, I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Yeah, we're doing good. We got these tickets over here. Have you checked out the movie at all?
I have not.
Okay.
But because you recommended it, I know it's great.
Hey, listen, I have got we've got the trailer up on the Morning Dish Facebook page, and you can watch the trailer on it. It's going to be really good, and we got tickets, so you can go see it. Actually airs 11th. I think it's going to be the 11th through the 17th. And,
Okay.
So that'll be good. So what are you doing today?
I'm actually just getting off work, going home.
Now, wait a minute. What do you do all night long?
She's a nurse.
How did you know?
Okay.
I know these things.
You're a hero.
Well,
That's what you
I
are.
Oh, you know what? You just made my day. Thank you.
Yeah. That's the thing about nurse, man. Y'all do all the work, and then the doctors get the money. I don't think that's
What?
fair.
Well, somebody's got to do all the work.
Hey, Margaret, what kind of nurse are you, and where do you work at?
I'm an ICU nurse, and I work at Fannin Regional.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
ICU, what is that? Oh, an intensive care unit.
It is, yes.
And you really are. Stephen might be joking, but we really do
I ain't
believe this.
joking at all, man.
You are a hero to us.
Yeah.
All of the nurses, the doctors, the emergency staff, paramedics, EMTs, you're all heroes in our book.
Oh, well, thank you. I tell you, it's a group effort. It's not an individual. We have to work as a group.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
We actually do a great job at Fannin Regional. So, very small hospital, but a proud group.
Well, I'm glad you called in and won these tickets. We got the music playing, so we're fixing to have to go, and you have a great day. We got your tickets here, and
I appreciate it.
Yeah, glad you called in. You go to bed.
Hey,
I know.
call me back, and I'll let you know how to get those tickets.
That's awesome. Thank you.
All right, y'all take care. Hey, folks, we'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning. We'll have Steve Thompson in over here, and hopefully we'll get this young man out of the bed and let him call in tomorrow, because I didn't schedule an interview, so that'd be good for y'all, because I don't know how y'all going to make it without me.
Oh, we'll struggle, but, I think at the end of the day, we'll make it all right.
Hey,
you take care of yourself, bud.
Y'all have a good day.
W249 DP and WJULAM, Hiawassee.
Well, look at here. Guess who's number one in the Nielsen ratings again?
Play 97.7.